I like
Genius.
tech. I tech genius. Yeah, let's call it that way. So everything what an engineer likes. India has the technology because you can rockets go to the moon from India. Very important. So the knowledge of technology is there.
What are your thoughts on the new airports that are coming up in India?
Came here to see all those airports. I think that we have a brilliant product for India here. A fully adaptable, small footprint with a high capacity. That's what we have to offer for the airports.
Technology is advancing faster than ever and transforming industries in a way we had not even imagined a couple of years back. And the revolving doors and security solutions industry is no different. We have companies like Boon Edam who are leading the way and harnessing the power of technology to come up with solutions that are safe, secure, and efficient. We have with us today Mr. Gijs Bakker, the Chief Technology Officer of Boon Edam, a company that's revolutionizing the way we enter spaces safely, securely, and efficiently. Welcome, Mr. Bakker, and thank you for joining me in this podcast.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Bakker, you've been in the industry for a long time and seen the industry transform. Tell us a bit about your journey, how it led you to lead Boon Edam.
My journey within Boon Edam, I started in 1996. That's more than, it's already 30 years ago. During that time, Boon Edam was mainly exporting his revolving doors because we are specialized in revolving doors. And the product, that is something what I like. Everything is inside. The product has technology, electronics, sensoring, all those kind of stuff. And I'm a tech, I like
Genius.
tech. I tech genius. Yeah, let's call it that way. So everything what an engineer likes is in a revolving door. So that was my first steps in real technology, but also the products, the uses of the products. It's something what I really like because it is a product what is used by everybody.
That's fantastic. And like you rightly said, we all have used the product at some point in time and enjoyed and wondered how this works. So that's great. I mean, it's really impressive the kind of technology that does go behind it. As a leader, I'm sure you have a very unique way to look at technology. How do you innovate and bring new things into the market?
At the end, the customer, but also the user of the products are for us the most important. We can, of course, push technology. We can push AI. We can push everything of radar systems, everything. But if it doesn't solve a problem for our customer and the user of our products, we don't do it. Because at the end, we want to make the product for our customers. And that is the most important. Nowadays, we see sustainability is important. We see that AI is important because we see the behavior of people who are using our products. IoT is important. So we see more and more the total cost of ownership of our products is important. But we only can achieve that with technology. And that's where I'm for.
Absolutely. In fact, Boon Edam, to my knowledge, is known for innovation. So I think you're definitely on the right track. You did also mention AI and IoT. How is that changing the landscape of your industry?
If you are a world market leader and you are a small company, then you have to be smart. And knowing the status of your product is for us very important because if the product doesn't work, in this case, an access or a revolving door, if it is not working, it stops the operation of our client. A hotel with a door what doesn't work is not a right hotel because it is the first step you make in the hotel. So if it is not working, then it's not okay. So IoT helps us to give the actual status of the product. And then, because we believe in reliable products, we are already making products for 150 years. So that means that if people are buying a Boon Edam, they expect something from it. They expect reliability. And IoT is helping us to give the information to our service people, to our clients, that they understand what the status is of the products And when something happens, that we can fly out and then we can solve the problems if it happens.
So basically your approach entirely is customer-centric.
Customer-centric.
And technology is focused on providing solutions that improve the experience of the customer.
Experience of the customer, but also for the asset manager, the real estate manager, that the asset is always reliable and it's in function.
You must have realized by now that India is a very unique market with very specific requirements.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that and how do you deal with it?
From a technology perspective, we understand that the behavior of people worldwide is different. If you go to America, the people behave a little bit different than in Europe, than in India, than in China. The behavior of the people who are using our products is extremely important for a smooth operation of our products. For the barrier, for the security products, but also for the revolving doors. What we do is we try to use technology and AI to look at the behavior of people, because if we understand it, then we can work with that and then we can make it a smooth operation. If you go to India, India has everything. India has the technology, because you can rockets go to the moon from India. Very important. So the knowledge of technology is there. But also, this country has its own unique way of working. And that's important for us to learn more about it and to see what we can do maximum local, so that we can, it's not only the development of technology, it's also manufacturing and everything, what we can learn from India, but also what we can do in India. So for us, India is it's an important country, that we can learn from technology, that we can learn from the behavior of people, because then we can make better products, because it's about innovation for us. And of course, what I said, also the manufacturing, logistics, service and everything. Absolutely. So yes, that's how we see India as a really important market for us, but also technology partners, etc.
So as I understand, there are two parts to this. One is learning and capitalizing on the advancements and research that is happening in India when it comes to technology. And second is understanding the human behavior of Indians so that your products serve the requirements that, right?
Yep.
So talking about the first part, how do you harness the strength of technology that India has to offer in any of your products or any of your services? Are you conducting research in India? How does it all work?
Yeah, so we work with technology partners here in India. So our products have the look and feel. We have design partners, we have electronic partners, we have all kinds of partners we work together. So what we do is we in India, we create a roadmap looking at what is typically for India. And together with those expertise of those people, we bring together and we think about the next generation. So we're not only looking at the opportunity of today, we also look at the future. So what is going to be there in the next coming 2, 4, 5, 6 years? Because it's important. Because if you run after every opportunity, you'll never have the time to really innovate. You need more time. So we have to focus further in the future. And that's what we do here with all kinds of partners here within in India. Important is that we involve our customers in that process. So it's not only the manufacturing part and the sensor part and everything, it's also bringing our customers around the table for coming up at customer-centric. So they are important input for us to learn and to implement what they wish in our products.
Looking ahead about 10 to 15 years, how do you see technology impacting the global or the larger market?
We have several types of products. And we are in the architectural domain with architectural doors. Design is important, but also the operation is important. So total cost of ownership, what I just said, but also the uptime of products. In that case, the products are there for 150 years, and we know that design is changing over time. I was one of the inventors of the full glass product. So we constructed the product full out of glass. That was based on inspiration of Sir Norman Foster, a well-important known architect. He was part of the development. We learned from him what his wishes were, his vision is. So transparency was extremely important that days. So when we go back 20 years, we started with that product together with it. If we look more in the future, then technology can help us, what I said, to make more adaptable products. So we can learn more from suspicious behavior. If you think about security, not everybody is allowed to come in. We have a lot of checks nowadays. If you come to a hotel, then people are looking in your car, etc., etc. Integrating technology in our products that people feel themselves welcoming, but also secure, because that's the combination we are looking for. And I think there's a lot of things happening nowadays in the world, so the secure part is extremely important. And that's what I said about centering human behavior. If we have elderly people, we want to help them to enter, because we see that the population is getting older and older. So we are not moving everybody on the same speed. So those are things we have to look at from the architectural point. From security point, we want to know who's allowed to come in and who's not. So then censoring comes in to see that, and to not to have all those checks and balances from people who are stopping you, queuing, waiting. That's not because we don't have time. And that's something in the future as well. There are becoming more and more people and less time. So that's what we're looking at for our products.
That sounds fantastic. So we look forward to seeing products that are more inclusive and more smooth transitioning.
Smooth, but also connected. So what we do is also make the product part, our doors, for example, part of the building. You can think about a kind of seamless flow. If you come in, the product can tell you which elevator you have to take. Those kind of things that we make it seamless and smooth. So you don't have to look for where you have to go. It is that we say, okay, we direct you, and that's something like dynamic wayfinding and all those kind of stuff. That's the future. And AI and everything will help us to do that.
At what stage of a building being built should we involve Boon Edam and the access systems?
If you think about flow management in your building, what we see nowadays is that cities are changing. Right. So what you see is that they keep the same footprint, but they make the buildings higher and they want to have more people inside.
Yes.
Because there is not so much space. If you have those problems, then capacity comes in. Because if you keep the main entrance as it is and you have more people, then you have a problem. Of course, you can go to the traditional way of thinking, but if you think more about flow management for security, but also from an architectural point, it's important to sit immediately at the beginning of the process of designing a building. Because that's what the architects do. They think about how people are using the buildings. So they think about how people will behave. Right? And that's what we just said, is that we are looking at that. So what we see in front of the door is knowledge that we can use for the rest of the building. So when we see it is crowded, it's important to know, because you can adapt your building for that.
So Boon Edam is often synonymous with innovation. Do you want to take me through one or two really innovative products of yours which you think are ideal for India?
We recently introduced a new door that's a fully adaptable door. It's quite difficult to explain, but what it is doing, it is the door wings inside, they can retract and open, so it's a sliding door in combination with a revolving door. That sliding door can help to make it more adaptable. So the door has never to stop anymore. One of the disadvantages of a revolving door, probably you recognize it, is that you step in, somebody steps in too late, the door will stop, you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So that's a problem we solve with the new generation revolving doors. Funny thing is, when you have a door, what is built for, we design it for an amount of capacity. So a revolving door, let's say it has a capacity of 60 person per minute. When it exceeds that level, then the door will stop. And that is not what you want. At the end, we want to have a door that will always rotate and is always free to go. Yeah. Our new door, it's named the Orbit Trisense. It is adaptable. In that case, that it can act as a sliding door. That means it can open at every time. That means when it's open, there is let's say a huge capacity, but it can also be closed automatically. So it's playing with the sliding door mode and the rotating mode. It's difficult to explain, but it is the new innovation. So we know, for example, when a big group of people are coming, we can let them in smoothless into the building. So what you see during the day, there are moments in time that it's busy.
Yes.
Working hours. Everybody starts at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So that door is so adaptable that it can pass through when there are many people,
Mm-hmm.
but also when there are less people. And it never stops again.
Yeah.
And that's something we...
And the
we do.
application for a door like that, and an application for a door like that would be more in the hospitality industry or the commercial sector?
Hospitality, but also in office buildings. If you think about hospitalities, I'm now here in India, and there was a wedding for a hotel. And then immediately you have the same situation. A lot of people are trying to come in the hotel. Think about welcoming. It's your wedding, and the hotel is not welcoming because they stopped you.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we solved. So now you can be a welcoming hotel with this new door because it never stops. And it gives the grandeur, maybe a friend's name, but it gives the grandeur of welcoming. That's the origin of the revolving doors. If you go to the real important luxury hotels, they like to have a revolving door inside.
Mr. Bakker, with every technology and every innovation comes a risk. Would you like to tell us a bit about the risks that are involved in using technology and security solutions and how you address them?
If you talk about AI, if you talk about IoT, then you talk about data. And one of the things, we are already for 150 years in business. So we are a reliable partner. But being reliable means that you have to be really sure about what you do with data. So nowadays, there is a lot of data coming over from everywhere. The risk is that we share the data to the wrong people. That's not what we want. So one of the risks of the innovation for tomorrow and today is data and cybersecurity and everything. Because you can imagine that you are protecting your building and somebody can hack the door and then it's open. It's not what we want. So one of the risks nowadays is, of course, the cybersecurity part. That's what we invest a lot of money in, to keep our doors locked, not only for suspicious people, but also for hackers and everything.
And how do you do that?
We work with big tech companies, international. They help us because we are a revolving door company, a security door company. We are not the one who are the best in prevent hacking and stuff. So, but we have, and that's the funny thing, we have a lot of doors installed for data centers. And we work with big American tech comps, with India tech companies who own data centers. We are securing those data centers with our products. And thinking about partnership, those same companies who are a customer are also our partners, helping us to keep our products safe in the cyber domain as well.
Oh, that does sound secure to me then. In a world where innovation thrives on collaboration, I'm sure you must have collaborated with governments and universities across the world. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
If you go to big cities, you can see immediately our collaboration with governments. Every main capital in the world, you can find Boon Edam doors. Security doors, architectural doors, you will have them. Especially when you think about it welcoming and secure. In capitals, like cities like New Delhi, like London, like Washington, all those, there is always, you have to be careful with, yes, welcoming, but also secure. So we partnered with those governments to help them to make those welcoming and secure. And we do that partnering is mainly with the requirements. How do we achieve that requirements? That is our role. And that's also, you asked the question, when do we want to be involved in that process? That's from the beginning. So it's not only the architect we talk with, but also the government. What are their requirements? What are they wanting to achieve? And that is something we work together on and bringing that into the product. So governments are for us extremely important to help them to secure their assets. Universities, another one. If you think about technology, you think about science, detecting human behavior. If you go to universities, there is a lot of knowledge about which technologies you have to use. So we are constantly partnering with relevant universities to understand the science behind it and to make our decisions better.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
That also helps in security and reducing the risk when it comes to your products.
Correct. It's trying to find a new technology. So university is great in
For research.
for research, but the same about data integrity and everything. There is also a lot of science known in the universities as well, because governments first go to universities to do that research as well. So if we make that connection with governments, universities, and us, then we have a winning team. And that's why we always look for the best partnership.
That's fantastic. If you had to summarize the role of technology in the success of Boon Edam, how would you do that?
Innovation is in our blood. Innovation is about exploring. And Boon Edam is exploring all over the world, looking for new opportunities and finding out, what I said, customer-centric, understanding from each other. Technology is extremely important in that partnership. All our partners always want to have the latest and best product, and innovation comes in.
That's fantastic. And you're addressing it by introducing new products every year?
Every year, and what we see in the future, it's not only every year, it starts with every month.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of new revolving doors coming into the
Revolving
industry.
doors, security barriers, all those products, welcome and secure, but we have to speed up. And with help of India.
That's fantastic.
You do it fast here, and we can learn from that.
Super. So do you also have products which are designed for smaller spaces or individual dwellings?
Size does matter in this. Footprint does matter. Even for big buildings, sometimes footprint is extremely important. So in our design, we know what to do. So we minimize sometimes our footprint with help of technology. Footprint does matter, always. Footprint is expensive, so space claim and everything. So we're always looking for minimizing that, but keeping the design. That's extremely important.
That sounds fantastic. Do most of your products go into commercial spaces, hospitality spaces, or residential spaces? If you had to give me a breakup.
That's a difficult one because it depends from country to country.
Okay.
But yeah, let's say for example, airports, we are market leader. If you go to hospitals, all those big buildings where capacity is important and an understanding of the flow, I think that is for us one of the most important markets. When you talk about a lot of people and who has to enter a building, that's where we focused on. Extremely difficult question where our share is, but we are market leader in that high traffic environment.
That sounds ideal. On that thought, what are your thoughts on the new airports that are coming up in India?
Yeah, what I just talked about was that new adaptable product. We recently launched it in Amsterdam on Schiphol.
Okay.
And interesting is that coming back to that space claim and footprint, Schiphol is so surrounded by the city that it's not possible to grow. So they have to. The amount of travelers is increasing, but they can't grow in space. So what we did is we found out that technology, that adaptable product I just talked about, and we launched it at Schiphol. And what you see is that product fits for high capacity and not with a big space claim. And that was so ideal for Schiphol that they said, okay, we want to have the whole airport full with these doors. So we are in the preparation of doing that. That product, thinking about what we said about the involvement in the process of that involvement in that process, when do you need Boon Edam, was already from the beginning. So Schiphol is working on dynamic wayfinding. Extremely important that they can change the flow at every moment, because sometimes you have a lot of people who are arriving, sometimes you have a lot of people who are going. So that capacity is changing every moment. So our door is fully integrated in their flow management system. And so it's adaptable to that. So it always feels when you come to Schiphol as a seamless flow. So we don't have queuing and everything. And the uptime of the products are extremely high because you cannot have a broken product in your operation. So yes, if you compare that with India, and I recently came here to see all those airports. I see exactly the same issues what we solved for Schiphol. So I think that we have a brilliant product for India here, understanding the need, what is important, and the behavior of the people. So a fully adaptable, small footprint with a high capacity, that's what we have to offer for the airports. That's from the architectural point. But we also have, of course, security barriers. Systems what can easily be used with your ticket and opening the door. Security is important also in India.
Yes, absolutely.
So yes, we have a lot to offer.
Yes, and we have a lot of new airports being built, so there's maximum potential there.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's very interesting.
So
we would love to go there and to talk with people.
Looking forward to go through more and more Boon Edam doors every time I travel.
Yeah, and hopefully everybody will do here as well.
Fantastic. I had one last question for you. Is this your first trip to India?
First time for Boon Edam, yeah. But I had a company for 15 years in Bangalore, a software company.
Oh, okay.
So, but the world has changed here quite a lot.
Okay.
Of course, Mumbai is not, you can't compare it with Bangalore, but I'm impressed about what's going on in this country, really. About what is everything. It's still crowded.
So you've been in Bombay for how many days now?
I'm in Bombay now for 4 days. Yes.
And is this your first trip to India?
It is a real good trip. I've seen a lot. I'm staying in the Taj Hotel. It's a very nice hotel, looking over the sea. And of course, I like it very much because there is a Boon Edam door inside. So yes, of course, I'm a Boon Edam fan. So you can understand.
Loyalty.
Yes. But the hospitality of the people, it's so great. It is, people are so friendly. Of course, the turbulence in the traffic, it's huge. It is to find a way and to take it. Sometimes we take 2 hours for 5 kilometers or something. I hope that technology here in India will also help that, because I can understand that the people here, they don't like the traffic jam as well. So I hope the technology here, that all those brilliant guys here will solve that problem for India, because then it helps you and it helps me. And so that is something what's intriguing. Yes, and I like it to be here. It's fantastic. The food, it's so tasteful. The smell is so nice. So I love to be here. And I hope that in the near future, I will be here more often than to see what's happening here.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes, it's really a plan. And let's make it happen
together. Let's open more doors. Let's visit more and more spaces that Boon Edam opens doors into. So more airports, more hotels with Boon Edam doors, which are secure, safe, and efficient.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. I thoroughly enjoyed having this conversation with you. I learned so much about Boon Edam. I understand now why it is a market leader and how it is leading us as a population in India to where we need to be in the future. How technology is being used so efficiently to meet the requirements of the population of our country. Thanks once again for joining us, and I look forward to see you more often.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a great pleasure.